Why can't I enjoy Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? I don't understand why I get so bored with a movie like this. I don't have any ties to the original films, and while they're great films, there's nothing that the producers of this movie could do that would ruin the franchise for me, so I just come to the theater and I don't have any expectations. With the Ghostbusters franchise, you're going to have two groups of people in the audience. You're going to have the people who are nostalgic about the old films and they might be coming in with their kids, and then you also have the new generation who maybe haven't seen the old films. And so you're going to have to win over that new generation with a great film. And I don't know if it's a help or a hindrance to have the nostalgia of the old films when you go in to see this latest iteration. You can tell a story a million different ways, but at the end of the day, there's only so many of the core types of stories. And sometimes the argument is made that when movie critics get into the profession, they watch so many movies that any new movie that they watch, they are looking for things that are unique, that are different, that haven't been done before, and they're bored of your standard movie fare. And I don't know if I'm in that phase, and maybe I am, and that's what I'm trying to figure out about this film and why I just can't seem to enjoy it on the level that I can other films. There's so many formulaic films out there and they get bad reviews from critics, but I think the general audience still likes them, and in my case, there's a lot of films that are like that, and I don't know if that's what's happening here with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. I thought it was pretty much done with superhero films and I wasn't going to the new ones, and then I decided I wanted to go see The Batman, and I love that film. I thought it was great. I don't know that it necessarily did a whole lot of things unique or different, but I'm trying to figure out if that's what's happening here. Because if that story and that world is maybe, just another slight variation on Batman, but I love it, and I love the character, and I love everything about it, but then here with Ghostbusters, do we have the same thing going on? Is it the same story with similar characters? And is it just that I'm not invested or love the world that the characters inhabit? Or is there something else going on? Is it the story? Is it the plot? Are the stakes not high enough? Are the stakes too high? Am I not connecting with the acting or the characters? I thought the acting in this film was fine. I didn't have any problems with it. So now I'm wondering, is it the plot that I didn't like? I thought the villain was pretty cool, but I'm just not sure what it is about this film where I just kind of take it in and it really just doesn't do anything for me. So this is something that's been happening to me recently where I just can't go along for the ride and suspend my disbelief, and I'm too aware of my surroundings that I'm in the movie theater, and I don't know if it's just because I've become desensitized to the movies because I've seen too many, so they're too similar. I'm typically don't have any problems with the acting. Maybe it's the plot points aren't coming along fast enough and I get a little bored, but movies that really engage me, I'm sucked in and I forget where I am and I'm totally invested in the movie, and it just doesn't happen as often as it used to for me. Overall, this film just felt a little flat to me, and I'm wondering if others out there are feeling the same way about sequels to cult classics, and if they're just mildly entertaining, or if you're enjoying the fact that you're able to go back and revisit that world that you're so fond of. I'm a big fan of the original Matrix and actually the franchise as a whole, and I was super happy when they announced a new Matrix film coming out. I thought even if they fumble the ball a little bit, it's going to be interesting, it's going to be fresh. Let's see what they can do with it. And when Matrix Resurrections came out, I decided, wow, that is not what I wanted at all, and I wish it had never happened. So now I take that back and I think maybe I don't actually want to revisit some of these cult classic films in this new era and have them remade, or even have further sequels to those older series. And I think Matrix Resurrections is an example where it just goes completely off the rails and is nothing like the originals, and it would have been better off just left as it was. And I don't think Ghostbusters Frozen Empire has done anything that egregious here, but I think there's room for discussion about how well they're really living up to how good the originals were. This channel is really meant to be a forum for discussing movies, so in a future video I'll be posting a link on how you can come and discuss the latest films with me, so please subscribe and we'll see you then.